They do state we are potentially alive. Let's see. Oh man. Oh damn. Ads. Oh no. Alright. Let's see. Can I get all the messages, please? And then to hear if I can be heard. Yeah, cool. Sounds good enough. I might just want to move in a little like this. Alright. Now let me just... Where am I going to put you? I have no idea. Perfect. Welcome. Oh man, I just hope the Wi-Fi is good enough to hold the stream. Let's hope it is. Otherwise, yeah, the Wi-Fi has been terrible, but I'm hoping it's good. Let's actually do a speed test. Let's see. Just make sure the Wi-Fi will actually hold it. I should have done it before. Nah, that's good. That's good. Wait, this is download. Nah, I need to see upload. But upload, no, if download is good, upload is generally good. Usually it's the other way around. Yeah, no, it's good. Cool. No need to test that, as I'm gonna make things worse. Okay, Brave. Let's open that back up again. Ah, welcome. Hello, my friend. How are you? We can move you to page 3. And let's actually go to code. And I could not remember where I saved it. Which one was it? I have to do a little bit of a purge again. There we go. Alright. So let's make this nice and big so we all can see. New version of Dart is available. And no, I don't really care about that at the moment. And no, I would prefer if all unnecessary stuff is disabled. Oh, you're disabled. Okay, cool. Good to know. Alright, and can I actually get some code here? Okay, here we go. Alright, so where were we last time? I can't remember for the life of me. However, I do remember what we are trying to do here. So, for those of you who don't know, LibriVox, actually it's right here, I think. Both of these should work. Again, that's it. We don't have to worry about that in a moment. And yes, can you give me the API, please? What's this? I need the API. I'll Google it. LibriVox API. But for those of you who don't know, LibriVox is basically a place or a website where you can how do I say it? Audiobooks, that's the word I was looking for. Where you can listen to audiobooks that are in the public domain, meaning it's copyright free. There's no copyright to it. But you can listen to audiobooks for free. Now currently, I'm building a tiny little API, very simple one. It's not supposed to do anything great, but it's supposed to like allow us to slide in because I want to make a Dart course and I want this to be the project. Or not this specific, but the thing that comes after this. This is just the API that will plug in. But I want us to have like a little Dart course where we like create an app that we can listen to audiobooks from. And I can like do the whole thing of showing you how to put it on Play Store and how to make it visible and whatnot. It could all be very, very cool. But we have to get to that first. And I have no idea how far we are at the moment. Let me just get a little status update here. Audio track API broken. Okay, we can close that for now. And cool. I feel this is wrong. This should be offers. I think. What's this? Yeah, it should be offers. Okay, we fixed some comments, that's good. And I could probably resize this a little bit so everyone can see. There we go. Man, the stream is insanely far behind, or is that just... Oh no, it's not that far behind. It's just my phone. Okay, so were we busy here? I think we were. Yeah, because this one has like testing code in it. But why did it have testing code in it? What do we do here? So here we get the audiobooks. So we get the audiobooks and then we just like print out. Like, let's run it. Let's see. Dart run. Is that the command I should use? I always forget. Alright. Count of Monte Cristo, letters of 2 bridges, Bleak House, 3 dots, whatever that's supposed to mean. Maybe it means there's just too many to display. Who knows? Okay, I think that's good. I wonder, is that how it should be? Let's join it. Join with a comma. Then we can actually make sure that is, and that's not a bug, you know, because there should be more here. So let's just make sure, okay, that is what I expected. It's just so big, they added like 3 dots here. So let's see. So I'm assuming get audiobooks works. And here we're doing here we get the audiobooks. So the authors, I'm assuming we're still busy with. So let's do a get authors. We get the authors. I don't see why we're doing testing code here. So here we go. Oh, this says audiobook. Do we have an authors model? Yeah, we do. Where did that import that from? I feel we should do something like this, .dart. Or something. That it feels wrong. Let's see here. But it's not being imported, so where are you getting this information from then? A model for an author object. Okay, so I deleted the import and now it knows what I'm importing. Never mind. Never mind. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Ignore it. Let it be. Oh, that's a lot of data. Now, so here we're saying from data, and then we specify books. Okay. So let's select this. And then we just, of course, add our format. Is the format like, oh, this is actually the format, my bad. Yeah, let's go here. Copy that. And we go here. And what's happening here? Nothing. Cool. And what do we get? We get authors. As I think all I need to do is just replace books with authors. And in theory, I can just return books. Not books, but, you know, authors. And the future list of offer, something like that. I love typed languages. It's so nice, or it's just fun figuring out the type I'm supposed to add. So then B, and then we can just do the same here. Then B dot first name, and we just join it. And now we do the dot run thing again. And we get null is not subtype of string. What? Request third. Yeah, no, I know where that happens, but which one exactly? Which of these types? Not of type string. Let's see here. Something here is a string. So let's see. First name, last name, date of birth, DOD. Oh, this could be a null, I think. What if I did that? Would I break anything? I don't think it would. Date of birth, I think, can also be a maybe. Okay, here we go. So now it works. Yeah, it was just a date of death. Jeebers, these people have very long names. Okay, great. So now at least we fixed the author's responses. Actually, just add that to git. Git add git commit -m fix author's request git push. I don't know why I didn't fix that in the last stream. That was like so quick to do. Maybe I was just dead. Didn't start after that week. Now, what is it that I'm coding? So currently, I have an idea for a project we can do on YouTube, similar to the Love to Read game course we did, but this will be for Dart and Flutter. Now, to get it to work, I need to create, because it doesn't exist already for some reason, I need to create a connection between LibriVox, which is an audiobook like API where you can like get audiobooks and you can listen to them for free, and they're also not copyrighted. So my idea is that I create like this middleman that can actually get the data from the website in Dart, and then for the project we can just import this into that project, and we can create an Android and iOS app that can listen to audiobooks, and then I can show people how to like put it on Play Store and whatnot. It's very cool. I love it. It's an awesome idea if it works. It's gonna take a heckin' long time to actually do it, but once it's done, that could be a very cool course. Something a little bit more unique. Alright, so I think, yeah, now all I need to do is to stream the audiobook's audio to us. But how am I going to do that is my question. Let's see here. Okay, so we get the over, well, not okay, but in the audiobook as an example, what can I do with the book data? That's my question. Because here we have the ID title, URL text source, URL text source, the URL of the text source for the book. Okay, wow, thank you, that's so useful. URL RSS, URL zip file. With the zip file that contains the audiobook files, would that contain the audio files as well? But then that begs the question that the apps that already use what's called it, LibriVox. The apps that already use LibriVox as their platform to get audiobooks from. If they need to first download the entire zip file, how do they stream it? That wouldn't make sense. URL of the project related to the book. URL of the book on LibriVox. Other URL related to book. It has to be one of these URLs then. I doubt that it will be the RSS because that's just an RSS feed. There's nothing. It could be. It could be. We should actually just print them all out. I'll just copy them. And we can just get one book. We don't need 50,000 of them. Where's my... There. We just need one book. Argument is limit 1. Yeah, let's go. Limit 1. There we go. Now we only get one book. That's good. And... yeah, then we just need to display this data. So we just need to get a first one in B. So B dot first. And in here we can say final book is equal to B dot first. Get book. And now that we have the book, which should in theory exist, we can go here and just say I can remember, how do you put things in here again? Should it be with a dollar symbol? Like, how do you do an if string? Is this how you do it? 9 plus 9? Oh, it is with a dollar. Okay, that's good. I could not remember for the life of me. And now we do this. We go \n. We go colon $bunk. And then we just like pasted it in again. And it should not have done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, DC. Oh, I see. There we go. That's why I did that. And of course, we can't just print them. We actually need to specify book. And I'm pretty sure as well, one could do that and it will also work. I love Dart. It is just such a nice language. Look at all these easy features that just makes the life easier for the developer. Okay, so let's see now. URL RSS. We can open you, but if I do that, it's going to open in what's name. Let me go like this. In. Oh, didn't mean that. Man, why does Brave feel so fast? Is that just me? What the heck? It just feels so speedy. Oh, so this is the RSS feed. iTunes, okay. Oh, do they stream it from iTunes? Oh, here's media content from archive.org. Oh, okay, I think they stream it. Oh, I could use this then. Let's hope we can use one of the others that might make it a little bit easier to parse, because that would be a massive pain in the butt. Yeah, see, this downloads the entire zip. I think that's overkill. Let me paste something else in there. Let's see what happens. This takes you to Wikipedia. Yo. Insane. Okay. It doesn't seem like they have the audio file here. It's fine. And finally this one. Otherwise I have to go with the RSS feed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the RSS. Wait, but see, you kind of have it here. You have the chapters. But, see, that makes me wonder. Whilst we do have the chapters, how exactly do we get the chapters? I didn't remember documenting any chapters in the audiobooks here. Number of sections. Maybe that's like the chapters. I have no idea. We'll just have to see. So then we can kind of get it from here. Does that mean I'll have to?
This is a LibriVox record.
Yeah, that might mean I'll have to. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the donation. It is awesome. Welcome. Welcome. It is amazing to see you here once again. Man, that one took a while. Truly epic. Thank you, my friend. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So either I'll have to scrape this page here, which I don't really want, or I'll have to use the RSS feed. And having to use the RSS feed is going to make me cry. I do not want to use the RSS feed. But on the other hand, it does kind of give you all the information you need. Yeah, because if I have to guess this here, oh, that's 2, 2, 1, here's 1. If I copy this link, it's probably going to be the same as the one here. So tell me, my friend, what have you been up to? Yeah, it looks like the same one. But this one is just like 64 kilobytes. I don't know what that means. Does that just mean it's a little bit smaller? If I were to download you, how big are you? How big? Tell me. I have to download you before I can see. That sucks. 18 megs. Yowza. And how big are you? Oh yeah, you're way more. I didn't actually get a good look. But that looked a lot smaller. Yeah, that's like half the size. Okay, so you definitely want to go for this. 64 kilobytes. Okay, good to know. That means I'll have to parse the RSS feed. Why couldn't they just like give us these links in the data we requested? Because now we get the data of the book. Then once we get the data of the book, we get the RSS feed of the book as well. What? Why? Why couldn't you just put all of the RSS feed data inside of the data of the book we're requesting? Wouldn't it be the same? It's fine. We shall have to manually do that, but it's fine. What we could do is we could add a function to the book audiobook object type that can read the RSS for us and return us the RSS feed. But then that begs the question, well, I don't want to write that myself, pub.dev. Please tell me someone wrote that for me. RSS. RSS Dart is an RSS parser. Thank you. Thank you, the Dart community. I love you. Just paste this in our pub spec. And it will auto download that for us. Very comfy. Now I wonder. How do I use it? I should actually probably see. So we start RSS feed, new RSS feed dot parse, and then we put the data. Okay. So now that's just kind of I don't know. I don't want to like go to the RSS feed, or I don't want to get the data, then have to get the RSS feed data as well, because that's just the URL. You don't actually receive the data with this request. So now you have to make 2 requests. Once you've made that second request, you actually have to parse the data. So you have to parse data 2 times to get the data that you want. And only then can you actually use the URL to request the data. So a third request for the actual thing you want. Ouch. But it's fine. We shall work through this. Factory. What the heck is a factory? I don't remember learning what a factory is. Shouldn't that be a function? A factory function is a function that returns an instance of a class. Dot provides factory keyword to label the default or named constructor. Then it becomes our responsibility to return an instance. Okay. Interesting. When did I learn what a factory was? Why did I use it here? Okay. Maybe it autocompleted the factory and I just never saw it. And just coincidentally, it like worked as needed. Anyhow, so let's go here and let's add a parser. So audio, yeah. Do I need? I don't think I need no, because if you say dot from audiobook dot from or dot anything, you don't need an existing one. I think so. I think we can just go function parse RSS, or maybe I should. I actually have no idea. Let's go audiobook. Hello. There we go. Audiobook dot parse RSS. And function actually doesn't work. Final. Is it not function? I haven't coded it in a while. Oh, you didn't actually have a function keyword. Oh, my bad. Too much JavaScript. For now, we can just say void. And as we future void. And yeah, that should work. Why am I getting errors? Constructors can't have returned. I think I should just say parse RSS. That should work. Now we get signal to be returned. Okay, let me just return happy. Return value after miss. Wait. Return value is missing after return. What do you mean? I'm returning a void. Is it because I'm using future at the... Okay, it is. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That was very confusing for a second, but it's fine. So now, all we need to do is we need to get the existing data in our audiobook. So we just need to get the URL, RSS URL. So that has to be a string. It can't be anything else. Yes. So this dot URL RSS. And how did we get the other data? I'm just gonna copy that. And we paste that. That's not a function, that's a variable. And then the request URL will, of course, this time be this. And then the response would be a sync HTTP, which we need to import. HTTP. What is HTTP and what does it want to import? Oh, I have to as, that's why. An HTTP exception, we have to import that as well, I think. Yes. And let's also do convert, just in case. Perfect. So now we can... So here we get the data. Then we set the response status code. And in the HTTP exception, we pass that in, then URI.parse. Let's just go const URL. There we go. And what are we getting here? Const variables, my bad, final. And what notification? Okay, not important at the moment. And I say let's go try removing this. Okay, so we don't need this, that's fine. Okay, but then they need URL because we can just use that. And then, so now if we got an error, it's gonna like tell us we have one. Then here we decode the response. So this is where we want to actually take the response, We don't want any of these. And we want to parse or send it through the RSS thingamabob. So parsing RSS2, I hope it's a 2.0 because I don't know the difference between them. Yeah, so let's go like that. Go like that. I think that works. Unnecessary new keyword. Fine. And this is of type RSS feed. So if we take a look here, so we send it into RSS feed. So then it's RSS feed.items.first. Yeah, let's print that for a second. RSS feed.I. Oh, wait. What is this? Over categories cloud copyright? Images iTunes? What? That doesn't make sense. How does it already have the data we're gonna get? That doesn't make sense at all. All RSS feeds just have the same data. That would be interesting. That's something new. Do all RSS feed contain the same data? Because I thought it's like similar to JSON, where you send data to someone who's trying to get data. I didn't think they were all have the same like information inside of it. Because if that is the case, that is super awesome. Do you know how easy that would make making anything using RSS? That means creating an RSS reader would actually be pretty easy, since usually I would think RSS readers change depending on the data or the it depends on what you put in. But that also makes sense why any RSS reader can use any RSS details. I feel like I'm speaking Spanish here. Can I go to the settings and tabs? Can I manage tabs? My tabbing is so weird. Appearance? I don't think it would be an appearance. Ooh, but I wouldn't mind the dark mode. And let's see here. To tab search, disable tab hover mode. Is there a search box somewhere here? Yeah. Tabs. Here we go. Now I can just search for all of the tabs. Ah, here we go. That's what I wanted to change. Now if I go here, that's so much better. Okay. Because it was just going like from here all the way around. Confuses the heck out of me. Close that. If that is the case, then that actually means this will be pretty easy. Because then I don't even need to make a data type. I can just say this returns an RSS feed. Because why not? Because that's what it does. Return. There we go. Damn, that's nice. I could also convert this into a function, because all of them do the same thing. The only thing that changes is the URL. What's request URL here? Where do we get that? Oh, we make it there. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I can just actually change this, and all I need to do is like just return the response. Let's create a utils, and here we go and say utils.dart, and we move u to lib, and then we create a new file called requests.dart. I hope that actually works as expected. Then we can go void for now, x async. I just need to get the basics out here. So we have the URL, which is a string. We pass the URL in there. Then we need to get HTTP, which we can get from here. We import HTTP. We import HTTP exception. And then we just return the response. And here we say future response, and response comes from, so it's HTTP dot response. That works. Then get URL data. Now, whenever I need to do a GET request, all I need to do is first export request. There we go. Then all I need to do is I just go here and I just say get URL data, and we import that from utils. I'd actually like to prefer an import using the package. There we go. And we pass in the URL, which is URL RSS. It gets the data, so here we get respond. And Bob's your uncle. Only 2 lines. And we have to await this, of course. Because now that we get that, we can much simpler just, instead of creating a parse RSS, we can do something that just fetches data from the RSS feed. Yeah, so let me actually just take a look at this RSS feed here that I'm pretty sure we got somewhere, or did I close it? Here we go. I think I like this better night theme, but it's fine. So here we have a channel, and a channel I'm assuming holds like everything. Then we have a title. We have a link. We have an atom link. We have a description. We have a language, type, author, summary. See, I don't need any of this, to be honest. All I really need is this. Or not even. Actually, yeah, I do need this. I do need the image, because this will be the cover image for the book, right? I also wondered how to get the cover image. If this is the cover image, then yeah, there we go. Okay. Now that's the cover image. And in each item, I'm assuming, is an audio type. Yeah. Meaning all we really need to do is get the audio type. Now what I specifically want is a function to just get the thumbnails and audio. I don't really care about the rest, to be honest. And maybe the duration. Yeah, and the duration. So we're going to keep this parse RSS here. Could be useful. And then I want one that get book thumbnail. And we can just say parse RSS for this book. So const the final RSS is equal to parse RSS. RSS could now have all of these, and this is our weight. There we go. RSS dot yes. So I want RSS for a thumbnail, right? Yes. So the book thumbnail would be which one was that again? Yeah, it would be the one up here. So RSS dot here, iTunes : image. So rss.itunes.image. iTunes.image. Does that just mean all of the data will be on iTunes? I hope so. There is also an image here. Oh, this also returns the iTunes image. Okay, so this might be just a... Oh, wait, that is iTunes image. Yes, here's an image. But the question is, will it actually have that image? We can try it. If it doesn't have that image, we get the iTunes image. So here we can go file, not const, damn you JavaScript, RSS image or iTunes.image. And why am I getting an error? I expected to find a semicolon. Oh, that's right. Image, boom. Image can be unconditionally accessed. Oh, that's because... Oh, do you mean it will always be an image? Okay, if there will always be an image, then where is it? I don't see an image. Maybe the image does refer to the iTunes image. Let's see. Yeah, okay, you didn't help me at all. Where is that data? Because I get a sneaking suspicion of a feeling we do not have an image property. But why does it say that when you say image you will receive... Oh wait, no, that is a... Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, that makes more sense. So we can say if not image, or if image is equal to, and what is it, null? Null? Or is it null? I think both works, I don't know. Hey, what's up? Yeah, so currently I'm building a little bit of middleware to work between LibriVox, which is a platform where you can get free audiobooks that are not copyrighted, and with anything that's built in Dart. So this is going to allow any Dart program, that includes Flutter, to access books on LibriVox. Yeah, currently it's just a lot of monkey work, unfortunately. So if the image is null, should I just return null? That's a good question, because RSS iTunes image or an RSS image. What's the difference is my question. Like if I were to do this and then we get link, title URL, okay. But if I were to do this, image dot, we get href. Oh, okay. Let's do a string. No, I might want to download the thumbnail. No, I think I should leave the downloading of the thumbnail to the front end. I'll just return a link. So let's go string here. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense. Okay. So then we can go rss.image dot link like this, or rss.image dot href, and we can return that. I hope that is what we should be doing. We'll see. Return, and here we can just say maybe string. Cool. Then let's get the book thumbnail. So if we take a look at our... Yes, here. Then you can go book dot get book thumbnail. I could actually just say get thumbnail. It doesn't really matter to say get book thumbnail. And now we print that. And of course we need to await it. And why is the file red? There's no semicolon. Let's run that again. That actually seemed to work. And open it for Vivaldi. Damn it. Neat. I just love it when I code and I didn't test it and it just works. And I love this. I love that I can just use a question mark and it works. Okay, so that's how you get the thumbnail. What else did I want to get? The thumbnail, the duration, and the actual audio. Yes, so get book. Wait, don't I have the duration already? It offers total. I think it's total time. Total time the book is. Okay, but it's not for this specific section. Yeah, we can get. But see, I have to get the section time. Because each section, as far as I understand it, will have its own audio, and each section, as far as I understand it, should also then have its own duration. So this should be here. So what I could do is I could return all of the iTunes or all of the items. Yeah. So each item can then have its own thing. So get book item RSS items. I might change that, but let's see. So parse RSS and RSS dot items, and this is of type RSS item, but it's a list of them. Okay. Now, if I were to say dot first dot, what would I get? GUID. So the GUID would be the ID of this item. So item here. I didn't see a GUID. Because here's a title. There's an episode. Here's some sort of reader thing. Then there's a link linking to the audio. Then there's an explicit, a block, and a direct. I have no idea what any of these means. And there's the content that actually has the audio I think I want. But there's no UID. Or what? GUID. Yeah, it's an optional one. So then how do I know what item I'm looking for? I think that will just have to be managed by the front end. Then what I can do is I can return like all of the RSS items. And then you can use your front end magic to stream the book when I send you, or when you like get the book URL or something like that. But nah, I think that's good. I think that's good. Let's use this. Let's run with it and see what happens. Okay, so now we can just pass that in. These functions are useless. I literally just have 2 lines here. I don't even know if it's worth it. But yeah, I can literally turn this into 1 line. Anyhow, yeah, so there's no point in... Yeah, there's no point in me actually like putting anything specific here because I don't actually know if it's going to work. So here we have the get book thumbnail, get book RSS items. And let's go here and just final RSS is equal to this. Then go RSS dot first and go const item. And RSS should final, not const, cursory JavaScript. And then we can just say item dot media, and that, as well as item dot duration, not duration, item dot, I think it's iTunes duration, dot iTunes dot duration. Yeah, let's take a look at this. I hope that is correct. It should be. So we have 19 minutes and 39, and in here, instance of media. Wow, thank you so much. Let's see here, link, no. It's just instance of media, content, URL, content, but that's just a list of content. URL, no. What do we have? We have backlinks. I have no idea what that is. Category, comments, community, content, both an S, plural. I don't know, that's not the same, I think. Copyright, credits, description, embed. Embed could be something useful. Peer link, prices, rating, response, rights, thumbnails, title. What am I looking at? Here we just have media content. What? Okay, let's choose something to print out then. Let's go content. Contents.first. Of course we go like this, .first or null. What's happening here? You mean this? No, but if media is optional, then you should also... Nah, never mind. .first or null. Dot. File size, frame rate, height is default lang medium type URL. Here's your... Let's hope. I have hope. I have hope. That worked. That actually worked. I just hope none of them ever have more than one link. Again, you opened up in Vivaldi. Hush, hush. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and we can just like tell the people that actually use this to just figure it out themselves. Okay, I actually want to put this inside of an actual application right now. Who wants me to start up a Flutter app? Because then I can actually put this to use. Oh wait, but I first have to upload this, I think. Or I have to do something with this. Like, what do I do? Why do I have a main here? Should I use something? Should I use this main or not really? Is it important? How do I make a... How to make a Dart library? Yes, please explain. Create -t package. Wait, what if I didn't say package? I just said Dart create or Dart init or something like that. I could copy all of my code over. So much reading. I don't want to read all of that, but I'm gonna have to if I want to get it to work. And listen from bottom. Maybe you can just like get to the point. Documenting a live. Okay, that's easy enough. Proving additional files. Well, design package is easy to do. Test. We recommend you write test. I'm not gonna write test. Screw you. Let's see here. Conditionally importing. I could write tests. That could be a good idea. But it's boring, so no. I don't think I would. Conditionally importing and exporting libraries files. Okay. Importing library files. Okay. Looks simple enough to me. I wonder if someone can just give me a way easier approach, one that doesn't require any reading. I'm not... yeah, thank you. I thought this was Geeks for Geeks. Never mind. Yeah, I just need to know, like, the... I didn't need to know all of this information. I just put this in your library file first place. Just put this in your library file. What the heck is a library file? Do you mean this? Or you mean something here? like this. What? Let's just copy. And then I think we can just go code cd projects, and then we just do what was this called again? LibriVox.api. LibriVox. Oh, but see here we have LibriVox-API. Maybe we should rename the folder because -dart-API. Let's just call it Dart API. Okay, cd LibriVox Dart API code dot, and now we just have to copy and paste everything around it. It looks simple enough. It looks literally the same, except here we have an example folder and we don't have a bin folder, which also kind of makes more sense. Clients, yeah. So lib, and then all I need to do is I just have to copy all of this, and I'm assuming paste it here into source. Put public facing types in this file. What? Put public facing types in this file. What do you mean? Do you mean this? In the main library file, shelf.dart exports API from several. Oh, I think I get it. I should just like export everything inside of this file. Is that what it's trying to say? Easy enough. Paste. And let's fix all of these issues. Yeah, pubspec.yaml. We'll probably need a couple of things. Easy. Package URI does not exist. Let's go here and let it auto import that for us. What am I looking at? Because it's just import library models. What? Import library. Oh, I think it's these ones here. Oh. Oh, it could be. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And in here, package like that. Cool. And we can just make LibriVox an actual word. Let me just import this. Oh, I think I have multiple now. That's why. Oh, okay. I should delete that file. And I should re-import this. as such. I'm trying to make a game in Roblox as well, but oh my word. Designing games is so boring. Sometimes I just wish, not Roblox, I mean Godot. But yeah, sometimes I wish Godot was more like Roblox. Why are there no like game creation engines, or that uses something similar to Roblox? That you can just drag and then boom, there's an island. That is, I never realized how absolutely revolutionary that is until I tried to make a game without it. Like Roblox makes it so easy. It is unfairly easy. That is how easy it is. And let's export. And I want to export API, and then constants, and then models, and then utils. And here's an example of how to use it. So if we want to use it, we have to use this example. Like, I constantly have viewers on the stream, but no one's talking. Or are you just, like, looking at me while I'm coding? Am I that entertaining? That is amazing to know. Let's see here. LibriVox.get audiobooks. As LibriVox. But I completely closed it. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Dart test, is that no Dart example. No. Dart run. Will that run the example? I was supposed to run the example then. Anyhow, I think that is really all I need. Distributing open source library. If you wish, if your library is open source, we recommend sharing it to public dev site to publish or update the library. Use publish, which uploads your package and creates and creates or updates its page. For example, see page shell package. Okay, cool. And libraries and importing. Okay, I'm not gonna upload it now. I don't have a second monitor. That would be very useful right now, but I'm not gonna black out everything. But now it works. Now we have what we expect. Yeah, neat. Yeah, so now all I need to do is I just need to create a Flutter package. Flutter create. What do you call it? You call it Flutter, or no? What do you want to call it? Any ideas for a name, guys? I'm thinking, because it's for audiobooks. So, what good app name can you guys come up with? Audiobook reader, LibriVox reader. I would just go with something like LibriVox reader to be simple. Yeah, most likely. Org and is that how you specify? Yeah, I think it's like com.weeb net2. There we go. And then Yeah, let's for now call it like LibreVox Audio Books. Just for now, until we can like come up with a good name, and then we can like just change the name. New version of Flutter is available. Seguides. Let's do a Flutter upgrade. Why not? $200 MB. Jeepers. I think I'm good. Yeah, that's about it. We can just go LibreVox audiobooks. And here we have a nice Flutter app. I might remove support for Linux, macOS, and Windows in the future, and probably web as well. And just keep iOS and Android on here. What is happening here? Why are you updating Flutter? I just didn't. Never mind. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Yes, we can go to lib. And Bob's your uncle. My poor CPU didn't die on me. Yeah, you're eating up my internet resources. Please stop. Alright. I think that is then... Yeah, we just keep it at that for now. Then I can think of a couple of cool things we can add. And yeah, I just love Flutter and Dart. It's so amazing. Speaking of Flutter and Dart, there's a couple of cool places. Or a couple of cool websites that are pretty cool. So first we have like Tuxedo computers. They're pretty cool because they sell like laptops, but they come pre-installed with Linux, which is amazing. And they also have like their own little Tuxedo OS. So yeah, that's pretty neat. But by default, it seems that they're in German, as well as they don't ship to a bunch of countries, which kind of sucks. And then you have like System 76. They also have a couple of cool things. I kind of have my eye on one of their laptops. I'm highly debating if I want to get it, because I need a laptop. So I'm considering getting one of these. So like here's all the portable ones. Now the one I'm looking at is the Lemur Pro. Like it says it has most battery life, and it says it can go up until 14 hours. Because I had a choice. I have a choice. I can like either go for something such as the Lemur Pro that comes like with Linux installed and nice and whatnot, or I can go for like a MacBook, which has like I think 20 hours battery life. But the issue is with MacBooks in South Africa, for some reason, they're insanely expensive. It's almost cheaper to buy a MacBook in the US and ship it to South Africa, because you'll come out cheaper in the end, which is... but yeah, it's just something that I don't understand why that's a thing. Anyhow, because like with a MacBook, I can actually show you like... MacBook 16 GB RAM. Actually, let's go take a lot. MacBook. This is not Vivaldi. Vivaldi can do that very quickly. Actually, I would prefer to actually not use Vivaldi. Take a lot. There we go. And then we just search MacBook. I need to show you like the price difference for some reason. Oh, go away. So, like, this is the normal MacBook. It has, like, it's a MacBook Air, 8 gigs of RAM, you know, the chill stuff. That is 18,000 Rand, which is equivalent to about 1,000 US dollars. Yeah, a little bit less than 1,000 US dollars. Just a teeny weeny bit, right? Now, if I want a 16 gig MacBook, we shoot up all the way to 45,000 Rand. I don't even think this one has 16 gigs of RAM. Let me take a look at it. Let's see. Because I need 16 gigs because I have worked with 8 gigs in the past. I like see 8 gigs RAM. No. I have worked with 8 gigs in the past, and the thing is, because of what I do, a lot of times it's never enough. Even these days when I work, I usually use up to 10 to 12 gigs of RAM just willy-nilly because the resources requires. And like here, this one is 16 gigs. But how is that jump viable? I'm not going to pay almost 50 grand for a laptop. That is insane. And then you also have the thing, because a lot of times, I've heard it so many times, where people complain that their SSDs, they just poof, give up. Let's actually go check YouTube, because I found a lot of them. YouTube. Let's see here. MacBook SSD issues. MacBook SSD. There we go. I think that's all I really need to search up. Why didn't you search it up on YouTube itself? Never mind. I'll just search for it myself. MacBook SSD. You just search up MacBook SSD. So here, first of all, the SSD is soldered on. It's very stupid. I don't know why that's a thing. And a ton of these. It's just like, you can't upgrade your MacBook. The SSD is busted. You know, the SSD died. You know, usually within like 5 years. Now, at least in my head, 50,000 Rand for 5 years is nuts. If I'm going to pay 50,000 Rand for something, it's going to have to last me bare minimum 10 years. Bare minimum. And then at the 10-year mark, the reason I upgrade is because I want the new thing. Not because I have to, because the system is starting to die. It's because I have to, or it's because I want to get the new thing. And then I should be able to hand that MacBook over to like my child or my sister's child or something like that. That's how I feel about it. So let's see here. Yeah, like insane. Now this one is 40k. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay 34,000 Rand for a MacBook that only has 8 gigs of RAM. That's insane. Now, I want you to take a look at this one. Let's say I say design and buy. We give it a second. I can choose what OS I want. Do I want Ubuntu? Do I want Pop OS? Do I want a 4.6 gigahertz i5 Intel processor, or do I want a 5.0 i7? That upgrade cost is heavy though, so I'm not gonna go for that. Do I want 8 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of RAM, 24 gigs of RAM, or 40? Let's take a look at that. Now I can run my virtual machines without an issue, and I can work while doing it. Simple. And in here you can choose, do you want PCI Gen 3 or PCI Gen 4 installed out of the box? You know, want to save a little bit of money, just go PCI Gen 3. And guess what? The SSD is not soldered on to the motherboard, meaning if it fails, you can just get yourself a new one. Isn't that amazing? I love right to repair. And here you can get yourself another one, but I'm not going to pay $89 for a terabyte SSD storage. I can get the same for like, I think $40, so no thank you. And here you can get yourself a keyboard, you can get yourself a display, an overpriced laptop bag, an extra charger if you want, some extra labor warranty and limited parts, and in shipping coverage and whatnot. I just think this is a much nicer setup, because instead of paying like, let's actually see ZAR to USD. Let me just remove that G. There's not Vivaldi. So we go 50, 1, 2, 3. So instead of paying 2,666 US dollars, or actually let's be fair. There we go. Instead of paying $2,400, the laptop I want will be just 1,300. That is a total of $1,000 less. and I feel like I'm getting more out of the process. A lot of people brag with MacBooks like their design is high quality and their SSDs or their parts, not their SSD specifically, but all their content is also of high design quality, which I understand. But if the SSD is prone to giving up within 5 years, then I don't believe that is high quality. Where here, at least if the SSD gives up within 5 years, you can either have your second SSD in there that can protect your data, or you can just replace that SSD and get yourself another one, which you can do even if you have the second one here. But yeah, I did really consider getting a MacBook. But I don't like the idea that to repair it, it's super expensive. To get insurance for it, it's super expensive. To do anything with it, it is super expensive. But System 76 has a bunch of cool things. I really like their laptops. They also have a couple of other ones that are a bit more powerful and stuff, but they don't have like the long battery life. So here you have the most powerful CPU, but I don't really know how long that. Yeah, the battery life on this one is 5 hours. My old laptop had a battery life of about 4 hours. Trash. And that was just horrible. And that's like on a good day. I don't want that again. So then here, 14 hours, that's great. And then here you can actually go for a pendulum of 10 hours. And here you can like see their RAM limitations. So here you're limited to 40 gigs of RAM, because I think one of the sticks of RAM is soldered in. I think it's 8 gigs of RAM. It's soldered in. I think it's to limit you so you don't go overboard with the amount of RAM. Because maybe it's like a limit with your motherboard or something like that. And if you can replace both, then you might just go over 40 gigs and do something you shouldn't. I don't know. But yeah, really cool. I actually wouldn't recommend this one because it has like an AMD. And I just like AMD. Everything just seems to work with AMD. I got an AMD GPU. Nothing is broken. It just works. But yeah. So, what have you learned today? Yes. Welcome, Hyperactive. I have been checking for a laptop, yes. I'm thinking of going System 76. I'll be saving like 20k, and it just looks great. Do you have any whatchamacallit? I forgot the word. Damn. My English broken, sorry. Come back later, 404. Will you try Cosmic DE when it comes? Cosmic DE. I don't know why I closed the browser. Cosmic DE. Like the Cosmic desktop environment. Oh, okay. I kind of see what you're. Cosmic. Oh, okay. 6 committee as well as some sitting back mockups. So is the Cosmic desktop environment? I'm assuming is that like a new version of? Actually, let's put it on a little YouTube. Let's see what some people say about it. That could be very cool. Yeah, so it's just it looks like the same about.
Hello, everybody. This is Tech.
That's the GNOME one we already come with.
Some of the latest in Linux news, primarily thanks to our newsletter here. If you don't know, we do have a newsletter that mostly covers free and open source stuff, and occasionally some other tech things here and there. Nicola right here is the primary writer. Fantastic YouTube channel. I do recommend you check him out. And this newsletter is actually from a couple days ago. If you are interested in subscribing to this newsletter, all you need to do is go down here, click on subscribe. It will open this up. You can just go with the free one. That's the newsletter. Pop in your name, pop in your email, and you're gonna get it. So the first thing and probably the biggest deal to me is the latest Cosmic DE updates, feature panel settings, and more. We got a nice rundown of what's going on, but all these little bits of tech news do have the links to the original sources, so we can see a lot more detailed information here. Lots of new stuff with the Cosmic DE. That is their new desktop environment that they're writing in Rust specifically for Pop! OS. And you can see in this image here some of the customization options that they are going to be adding. One, you'll notice it looks basically identical at the default as their current Cosmic desktop environment, which is basically just a bunch of extensions on top of the GNOME. But here we have applets, so you can be able to easily customize what is showing up and where. We have workspace button, application button, time, date.
The chat is finally actually becoming active. Let me see what's happening. Yes, English.exe broke. Sorry, my friends. Yeah, I think Cosmic is a desktop environment. It seems to be GNOME, but I guess just Pop OSified. Moving away from GNOME, so they're basically, I'm guessing if you say that they're forking GNOME, I think, or that's what I'm assuming. They're forking GNOME, and then when they fork GNOME, they're creating their own desktop environment. That could be really nice. Yeah, I would definitely upgrade to Cosmic then instead. From scratch? No way. Yeah, because if they can just like dump GNOME, that's the one thing I hate about System 76, is it's gonna come with GNOME. There's so many better desktop environments out there. And it's, yeah, from scratch, insane. That is insane. But yeah, because that's like the one thing I don't like about System 76 is GNOME. Ugh. Like GNOME is nice and comfy and all, but just as an example, the default file browser in GNOME is this random file browser that doesn't even allow you to create files. The most stupid thing, because that just means I don't have a file manager. What's the point of a file manager if I can't right click and say create new file? The most basics of features, even in the command line, it's easier to just like say touch and then file. Yeah, just stupid. So I'm happy if they're gonna move away from that. Just like give us a better file manager, like make it look a little bit better, make it a bit easier to feel.
Input sources and a bunch of typical things that you'd expect, but you are able to delete, add applets, move them around, very similar to the Budgie desktop environment by the looks of it. And in addition, it looks like they've added some awesome customization options to those panels that the applets go on. You can change the position, the size, the opacity, add margins, and all that. So you can see here they have an example of it off to the side. If we look down here, they have an example. I'm not personally a fan of how this one looks, but you can see they kind of squished up the full width kind of dock thing up.
It's just gonna be, yeah, so it's just going to be their own little desktop environment. So I'm assuming they're just gonna mix and match a couple of things together here, because it still seems a lot like GNOME. So I don't know how much they're going to change, because I don't think something like a file manager is that difficult to change on release of it, But yeah.
With the panel, so
like just give us Nemo. Nemo is like a great file manager. It looks really similar to what they already have, so we'll see how much
I really like this one, or this customization of having kind of a little drop down similar to what you get from the Mac or the MacBook webcams now. If it was me, I would do something like this and maybe a small dock on the bottom.
Yeah, I agree.
Perfect customization using all this. And of course,
That's
you got floating,
great.
which I really do like. You can see they went with the lighter theme here based on the design, and they have that floating dock.
Ooh, yeah, this up here, that looks good. That looks great.
On the bottom, which I would, or I generally go for as my default preference. They have their new.
I don't know if that's actually how it is on GNOME, but I like that there's a little space there.
Settings, which have those panel dock settings as well as keyboard input, wallpaper, all the stuff you'd expect in the settings application. Cosmic settings is modular, so there's an API in which you can code and add your own things to it. If you're
Is modular. There's an API. You can code things and add things to it. You're speaking my language, because that means I could just make it my own. If I didn't like something, let me just change it. Let me just add something new to fix it. Let me code iFree Window Manager in there and get my key bindings in.
you're going to be using Cosmic, such as in your project or in your custom distribution, whatever you happen to be doing. And then there's a lot of stuff on HDR, 8-bit color support, screen readers. I'm not really going to be diving into at this moment. And the cool thing is I do have links to the GitHub pages for these specific components. So for example, this is the Cosmic settings. And if I scroll up here under the designs, if I click on that, we will get all the images. We saw it a lot more, so we can see here how you go to those settings, how the actual buttons for workspaces and applications are kind of right click and giving you settings. Kind of similar to how KDE works, basically everything in the Plasma desktop environment, you can right click on and change. So it seems to be that's kind of what they're going for here. And I'll leave a link to this down below if you want more details on the settings, how the settings are, and the options that we're going to get, such as the size, appearance, if you want gaps and whatnot. And there's really a lot more. In addition to some of the examples that
GNOME breaks all extensions every other year. Yeah, I've never used any GNOME extension. I've never used GNOME enough or long enough to actually use any extensions. But I have heard of GNOME like just randomly breaking stuff, and like the forums are just like filling up with people like asking how do I fix this. I have heard of that.
we've seen, such as this right here, where I'm definitely not a fan of this one, but they put the bar over here with the dock. Just really a bunch of examples of some of the things that you can do. Next up, Blue Sky. If you don't know, Blue Sky is kind of like an alternative social media network to Twitter, which this right here is a website, Blue Sky, building a social internet. You can sign up for the private beta. Ironically, they do have a Twitter account here. I'm personally not on it. I've never tried it out, but apparently it's a decentralized kind of federated platform that is going to try to compete in the social media space.
Oh, I was like, what the heck does Blue Sky have to do with Cosmic? So we're gonna get back to nah. I think that was the only part. Okay, but that's really cool. Yeah, but it seems like it's going to be mostly similar to GNOME. But if they can fix it, because if I'm also right, or if I'm also correct, whatchamacallit, Pop! OS doesn't like support snaps out of the box either, which is, mwah. I hate snaps. They're slow. It's just terrible to use them. I'd rather use a Flatpak, an app image, or anything else than a snap. Even right now, I think I might have like one snap. Neo fetch, if that much. I don't even have any snaps. No. Either Flatpak. I'll even go AUR. That's mwah. But snap, no, thank you. I think there was one thing that I actually did appreciate having snaps for. I think it was actually a Windows software. But that was like way back when, that I actually needed on Linux, but it only existed as a snap package. Then that was really useful when you need like a Windows application, because a lot of times they come in snap forms for some reason. Or because Ubuntu has adopted it and everyone goes after Ubuntu. Anyhow, let's see here. Yeah, this could be really cool. We'll see when it comes out. I think... I wonder, do they have a release date? Cosmic, the release date. No, will be released in 2024. That's very vague, like early 2024, late 2024. I think probably late 2024. Yes, very interesting. Man, that's the one thing I'm gonna miss on my when I get the laptop, because I don't think I'm going to install i3 on it. I want to like use like whatever comes with Pop! OS with it, and that's one thing I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss my window manager, but I'll get used to it. Yeah, 31st of December 2024 at the very last second. Release it at like 12 a.m. Why don't you? Oh, is it also going to be in Rust? Interesting. Nothing against it, just interesting. For people saying it's a GNOME clone. That sounds really weird. Yes, it is, but they did keep to the old design, so that users won't need to adjust to any UI. Ah, gross. But it's fine. I'll adjust to GNOME. Luckily, Cosmic will also have their built-in tiling and stacking capabilities. Yeah, I have used like GNOME a little bit, and I have used like that tiling window manager feature they have. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's better than not having it. Let's just say that. I'd rather have it than not have it. But over time, I'll probably like get used to it. I do like, however, their gestures if you have like a trackpad. I love their gestures where you have like 4 fingers. I just wish it was 3 instead of 4, but where you have like 4 fingers and you switch to different desktops depending on which way you swipe and whatnot. That's really cool. Let's see, I think System 76 was genius choosing to write a new disk environment in Rust. Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. I love this. This is perfect. Never get rid of these gestures. I would love to have them on like i3. Cool. Like, that's really nice. I can't believe I like completely missed like a whole new desktop environment. It's just releasing. Neat. Speaking of which, another cool thing I want to try is Wayland. Wayland. Yeah, land. Is it Wayland? Is it Way? Yeah, it's Wayland. So Wayland is like a replacement for System D. No. Not System D. Is it System D? Might be. Oh, X11, I mean. It feels like, yeah. I'm thinking of System 76 and it's just mixing me up. But yeah, it's trying to like replace X11. It sounds really cool. Although it does sound like it has a bunch of issues that still like needs to get fixed. For example, one thing that Brody, I think. Yeah, Brody Robertson. Yeah, one thing that this guy mentioned was that you have like trouble with like screen recording, which is sad because that's one of the main things I do. I don't want to mess with it. If it just works, it just works. But I would like to try it, just to know how it feels. So I might install a desktop environment and just give it a little bit of a feel, see how it runs. It's just something to look forward to as System 76 expands. And they're apparently working on a framework competitor build. Ooh, dude, that would be amazing. I love the framework laptop. It's just too expensive. Framework laptop. It's just too expensive, in my opinion. But I love the idea. I love the concept behind the framework laptop. You basically build your own laptop. That is so cool. I love that. I was seriously considering this as well, but because also my main focus is battery life, I was scared. I don't know how the framework battery life is. Framework laptop battery life. Yeah, it's like say about 11 hours on the 13th gen. So that's good. But yeah, I'm still a little bit scared. And a little bit skeptical of the ports here that you can swap out. But it's a really cool idea. I think once I'm rich, I might consider getting one. Because currently I think it's only for enthusiasts at the moment. Because look at that, that is so amazing. I love that. That you can just replace the battery. Oh wait, no, I think it's the graphics card, not the battery. But you just replace it within seconds. This is truly amazing. But yeah, once I'm rich and I can afford anything, I'll consider getting myself one of these. Just to play with it. The same with the Linux phones. Once I'm just have money I can throw around and don't have to worry about, I could definitely consider getting myself one of those Linux phones as well. Just these fun things. 55 watt-hour battery. I can't wait for the days where you can just have a laptop and work on it 24/7, and that laptop can just last a week. That would be mwah, I would love that. But yeah, that's currently not a thing. If you send your laptop into hibernation and you stop using it for 20 hours, then yeah, it will last longer. But if you can just use it non-stop continuously and will just last a week full out, that would be next level stuff, and that's the laptop I would buy. But yeah, this is really cool. I would love a framework laptop. So if they can build a competitor to this, be my guest. I would love to see that. It kind of reminds me of those ads you saw way back when. I think it was in the 2010s or something, where you have this phone and you can attach cameras to it and you can attach a bunch of other cool things to it. And everyone thought that was so cool. The framework laptop is basically that, but it actually works. It wasn't just a concept idea, it was actually implemented. And I love it. You can imagine that on a phone. You can just like replace the camera, like you buy the phone. Uh, let's say a year later, you buy a camera upgrade. That could be so cool. I get like 46 hours on Fedora running Sway. It's not great. Ouch. Yeah. So does that mean that that Wayland uses more battery resources than X11? Oh, on my frame. Oh, do you have a framework laptop? That is cool. Nice. Yeah, but 4 to 6 hours ain't great. I'm hoping to get at least 8 to 9 hours. I want it to like last me a whole workday without needing to worry, especially with like load shedding or sometimes hitting so hard. I need something to like last. And that's why I really considered getting a MacBook because of their battery life. But, MacBooks have their issues. Plus then I have to leave Linux. My heart, my soul. But macOS looks really good. I have to give Mac that. It looks perfect. Framework Game Boy transparent atomic purple version, please. My brain just exploded while reading that. Oh gosh, I got an ad. I think it's what I'm doing on it, like casual 30. All these ads. Casual 30 tabs and idle running, compiling. Hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah, but see, that's kind of like what I'll be doing. So I'm hoping that me doing the same as what you're doing, compiling, I have 30 tabs open, I'm hoping with that the System 76 laptop would last about 8 to 9 hours. Welcome everyone. It's good to see everyone joining. Yeah, there's so many cool laptops that comes out these days. If only my country's economy wasn't crashing. Oh yeah, and I think like Linus Tech Tips like sponsored them or something, or like invested, which is really cool as well. Also, and they like have like a fingerprint scanner also. That is something I would love to have. A fingerprint scanner is like the most useful thing. Like I have it on my phone, and I wouldn't give it up for anything. So it makes sense having a fingerprint scanner on a laptop would be amazing. Hey, you're doing my Lua course. Nice. How far are you? Yeah, Lua's amazing. I'm thinking of making an Lua, however you pronounce this course as well. I hear it's very similar to Lua. Like here, it's very similar, but the difference is it's not Lua. It's inspired by Lua, but it also comes with static types. That could be really, really useful. So I'm actually considering making a course on that. Because imagine Lua, but instead of having to use something like teal to add types to your Lua, you instead use something like any Lua. Really cool. I'm hoping that this could work. Could be really nice. And it compiles to C, which is cool. You're having some problems? Tell me your problems, my friend, and I will see what I can do. Let's see here. I watched 5 minutes of your Lua course. and I wasn't able to make a triple A Roblox game with Gibbs. Oh no. My dreams ruined. That's how it is, you know. I followed your C++ course for 5 minutes. Why can't I make a game in Unreal Engine already? I just love, and that, people really comment about things like that. If you have really funny people in the world, like I think YouTube extended my life with at least another 10 years because, as they say, when you laugh, you live longer. And sometimes when I read the comments in some of my videos, I just laugh my head off. Why we use local count 0 and later count equal count plus 1. I'm not sure what you mean because that depends highly on the context. But let's create an example. cd slash tmp mkdir exp cd exp. Okay, and then we just touch a main.lua file for us and we code it. So I'm not sure what you mean because that depends on context, so it depends on where you are in the tutorial. But let's say we have local C and we make that 1. Now let's say we want to increase the value in C. Now we could go C is equal to 2, and now if we print C, and we just bring this up here on the side and make it nice and big. And Lua main.lua, it then works, it increases it. But let's say we have a for loop. For I becomes 1 to, yeah, okay, that's fine. Now, when we have a for loop, how are we going to increase it? Now, in this very specific scenario, we could say C is equal to I. This is a very specific scenario, so just keep that in mind. And this would work, right? So we do that, we get 1 to 10. Simple enough. However, what if instead we had local values is equal to, and 1, 2, or let's actually go 9, 7, 8, 9. And then we loop through the values instead. And let's not use that for, let's go for I pairs. So now here, what if I wanted to increase C here? Now we could use index, but let's say we want to increase the value in C, and we want to times it by 2. Now we need to get the value in C to do that. So we want to take C and times it by 2, meaning, let's say C is 2 currently. Then we want to go C becomes 2 times 2, and that will make C 4. Then in the next iteration, we want to say C becomes 4 times 2, and that is then 8. Now in that scenario, you cannot use index here, even if you want to, because index won't allow you. If I say index times 2 and I print C, we'll get 2, 4, 6, 8 instead of what we want to get. If we were to say C is equal to itself times 2, you'll see we get 2, 4, 8, 16. Because now we're saying C, whichever its value is, in this case it starts at 1, becomes itself times 2. So if C is 2, it becomes 2 times 2. If C is 4, it becomes 4 times 2. And if C is 8, it becomes 8 times 2. And this is why we do it. It depends highly on the context. But in this scenario, it basically shows you how you can reassign a value to itself to change its value. Because in other languages, you can do something like C++, and that would basically translate to C is equal to C plus 1. Or you could go C plus equal 1. And in some other languages, that would mean C is equal to C plus 1. But neither of these two exist inside of Lua. So we need to, or I needed to teach you to use C is equal to itself times whatever you want. Because these do not exist in the language. And this is how you increase a specific variable's value during the runtime. Because you need to assign it to itself and then give that itself a different value to change by. It sounds confusing, but the idea is that you can change C later to a bigger or smaller value depending on the value that C is. Because sometimes index just doesn't work for you. You need to work based on what you have. I hope that worked. It's highly dependent on the context, so I don't know if that explained your question, but I hope it worked. As C, I can indeed confirm I am equal to I. Yes. I love you guys. It's amazing. Local count is equal to 0, while true do print mic if count more than 10, break it. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that is where the context would have been useful, because a while loop makes more sense. Okay. So it's count is equal to 0. Let's get that. Local count is equal to 0. Then we have while true do print mic, while true, yeah, true would have worked, do print mic. And then we have if count more than 10, then break ended. Okay, if count more than 10, break. Okay. So let's take a look at the code we have here. So we have a local count. Now this local count will allow us to break out of this loop if it reaches a value that is more than 10. Now let's actually also write a for loop. So for, and let's do this, print mic. Now what we are trying to simulate here is this right here. In the context of the tutorial, I tried to teach you a while loop and how to break out of it and how to use functions inside of a while loop. So in this case, we just wanted to turn this while loop into something similar to this for loop. Now what we can do is to achieve the same value here, because here we're just I becomes 1, and then until 10, or in this case until 11, because this is more than 10, so until 11, print mic. But as an example, if we were to just run this, we'll just get mic printing out forever until I stop the program. Now we can't use index here, so count cannot be set to an index value because we don't have an index value. This is a while loop. Whilst in a for loop, we might have an index value where we could say count is equal to index. And we could use this to know what to do. But in this case, we don't. So how can we know if count is more than 10? So first we can go count is equal to count. So we're saying count is equal to itself. Then we can say plus 1, meaning every time this loop runs, it's going to take this variable here and it's going to add 1 to it. It's going to add one number to it. So it's going to count. That's the variable name, is counting upwards. We can even print out count to see what it does. So print count. Now if we were to run this, you'll notice we get mic, then we get 1. Then mic, then we get 2, because every time this loop runs, count increases its own value with 1. You cannot go count plus 1. This is not valid code in this case, and I don't need a semicolon. This isn't valid code, because in this scenario, you're just saying count plus 1. You're not setting the value of count to itself plus 1. So I could go local x is equal to count plus 1, this is valid. Because then x just becomes the value inside of count plus 1. But count never changes. As an example, I could actually go here. You'll notice count stays 0. Count never changes. So that is why you can't do this. Because if I do that, we're going to get an error because there's a syntax error. This isn't valid Lua code. So instead we go count plus 1. So we're setting the value of count here to itself what it is currently plus 1. And every time it runs, it increases the value until it gets to 11, where it then breaks out of the loop and it stops running the loop. Without this break, you'll notice it just goes on forever. Here we're already at 240,000 iterations. But by using break, it breaks out at 11. So I hope this helped you understand why we used count is equal to count plus 1. So index is basically just a way of saying, let's use this as an example. Local values is equal to hello world. Now index is just a way of, I don't need to water my plants, it's raining. So index is a way to say position. So if I say values at, and then using brackets, position 1, we'll get hello. So let's actually print that. And this is a table. If you're not at table yet, you don't have to worry too much about it at the moment, because that's a whole other topic on its own. But we get hello because this is position 1. Or in our case, index 1. This here, that's index 2 or position 2. So go like that. Same here with this for loop. I stands for index. However, in this case, we don't have positions, we just have values. But it's the same idea. So I would just be index, which is position or number, or depending on the context, can be anything. But usually index refers to a position, like a position in a table, like I just showed you with the hello and the world. Or a number here. So that's usually what index will mean. As you start programming more, you'll become more familiar with index and using index. But in general, it's just a term. It's just a word. It doesn't necessarily do anything. It just explains something like at this value is at index 1, just meaning this value is at position 1. So because it's almost interchangeable with position for the most part. I'm happy you love my courses, my friend. Thank you for watching them. Yeah, if you have questions, I'm here to answer. Let's see. Will I be able to make games on Roblox Studio if I complete your Lua course? Yes, you should be able to start making games on Roblox Studio, because Roblox Studio uses Lua U, and Lua U is based off of Lua. So if you want to make games in Roblox Studio, you will need to know Lua. So yeah, you'll basically need to follow the course to start making games with Roblox Studio. Yeah, I should actually finish my Roblox Studio course that I'm busy making. I just never get to it. I just hate booting into Windows because Windows is so slow. And now that I don't have a laptop, I kinda can't. I used to like film the Roblox tutorials, I think, on my laptop. And then like do all the audio recording and stuff on my PC. Because Windows has a weird thing when it comes to audio. But yeah, I'll get to that once I get that laptop. I have my eye on it. No, you don't have to learn Lua U. If you've learned Lua, then you know Lua U. For the most part, like 90% of Lua U. You won't have to learn anything extra as far as I know. No, I don't actually think so. I think you'll actually know more than you need to know there today if you learn Lua. Because I don't think Lua U allows you to work with files the same way Lua does. So I think something like working with files will be a little bit different than Lua U. But everything else that includes for loops, while loops, tables, any sort of data structures, anything like that would be exactly the same inside of Lua U. So yeah, once you follow the course, you don't have to learn Lua U. In fact, for my Roblox course, once we get to the programming section, I'm just going to redirect everyone to my Lua courses because there's no need to make a Lua U course because they are so similar. It's mostly just going to be a waste of time to make another course with Lua, and it's just rebranding it as Lua U. Ah, my water has run out. Let me go refill it. I'll be back in approximately 15 seconds. Alright, I'll admit that was a little bit longer than 15 seconds, but that's fine. Let's see. What were the questions coming in? For example, in Roblox, you basically code everything, like open door or closed door. If you stand on a thing, then something happens. Yeah, see, that everything will be the same. Because, yeah, it's just going to use Lua. The only difference is you'll need to know how to interact with things. But see, that isn't necessarily Lua U, that's just using normal Lua. And everything is basically an object, in quotes. Yeah, it's not that difficult. Or it's not difficult, I mean, it's not that different to normal Lua. Yeah. Ah, that is much better. And lubricate my throat a little bit there. So I'll be able to do two. You see, why am I getting lags? What's happening? What's happening? Why? Okay, it seems to still sending things out. That's good. Okay, I'm hoping that this lagging is the download and not the upload. I have no idea if I'm currently live. Eh. I'm hoping I'm live. I'm seeing some loading things that's a little scary. I'm seeing some. Okay, no, I'm live. Okay. Now back to your question. Let's see. So will I be able to do? Yeah. So yeah, if you learn Lua, you should be able to do anything of Lua U, and you should be able to do a lot of things with Roblox. There will still be a learning curve, due to the fact that Lua doesn't by default have objects like you do in Roblox. But that's not a Lua U thing. That's just a Lua thing that is built into Roblox. So you will need to learn how to work with doors, and like you said, you'll need to learn how to open and close them. But these are logic type things. They're not based on Lua. They're based on the new logic that comes with Roblox. Same with a game engine. If you go to Unreal Engine, if you know C++, you can start working with Unreal Engine. However, you will need to learn a couple of things extra. Not that C++ is different on Unreal Engine, but you'll need to learn extra knowledge to use Unreal Engine. It's small things like that. Basically, it's not massive. You just need to learn how to interact with objects. That's the most new thing. Everything else is the same. Once you know how to interact with objects, it's basically just normal Lua. You come to live every day. And no, I'm usually live once a week sometimes. Yeah, it depends on when I have free time. Sometimes we play some Dungeons and Dragons, but sometimes we don't. When we don't, I decide to stream. In this case, we didn't really play Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah. I would like to stream every day. But man, I do not feel like I have the time for that. That would be cool though. A daily stream. If I worked like on open source software, it would have been kind of cool if I could like stream while I work on it. But I don't. So if I stream, I'll probably like be violating something. It's unfortunate. I am planning a 24-hour long live stream though. So but that will be next year. I'll just have to train my voice. It's not strong enough to last 3 hours. What about 24 hours? But we'll see. What are you trying to teach? Currently, not trying to teach anything yet. I'm done teaching for this stream. Unless we're talking about something educational, in which case I'll teach. But I did teach a little bit about Lua and a little bit about Dart, which was nice. No worries, my friend. I shall see you again in the next live stream or next tutorial, whichever one you decide to present yourself in again. I shall miss you. Yeah, I think it's almost about time that I end off the stream as well. I think I'll jump over to just chilling again. Thank you for joining in on the stream. It seems like I'm having trouble again. Yeah, this might then be the best time if I'm constantly gonna have trouble. I'm hoping because I'm yeah, I think it's almost about time that I end off the stream. It seems like I'm having trouble again. Yeah, this might be the stream is also very far behind for some reason. I'm constantly gonna have trouble. But yeah. So I'll see y'all again in the next stream then. Are you a software engineer? I'll stay in chat for a short while as well. Are you a software engineer? Yes. Specifically, I do web development. I do like back-end development more though. Front-end kind of sucks. But yeah, I might someday consider jumping from web development to full-blown software and do something like in Dart. Because Dart is really nice. Later I will do Python. Yeah, like once you finish Lua and you learn Python, Python will feel so easy because now you have know like one language, and once you jump over to another language, it's like you already know everything. So it's gonna be great. The more difficult thing about Python really is getting used to the indentation based, like scoping. Very weird. I still don't like it, but it works, I guess. Oh man, my stream really seems to be sucking. Nah, I think I'll end it here. If my stream is gonna suck, then, or if my stream ain't gonna be able to hold itself, I think it's then time to finish. So yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna end it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream. I might be live streaming again either next week or the week after that, and probably not even on a weekend. It might be halfway during the day. Really cool stuff. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next live stream or tutorial.